Have you ever signed a contract and you just felt like you really had no choice? Maybe it was buying a car, or maybe it was signing an insurance contract, or maybe it was even the terms of service for a game, an app, or a platform that you wanted to subscribe to. The one thing that all of these agreements have in common is that they're never really fair, are they? But yet, despite the fact that they're not really fair, we reluctantly accept them. We kind of close our eyes and hold our breath and just kind of hope for the best, and then go ahead and sign our life away on the dotted line, as it were. And then after we sign the agreement, we tend to think about it for a minute and we feel like we've maybe been cheated a little bit. Now, why is that so? Well, it's because we've been conditioned in life to think that agreements are fair. We think that every deal that we enter into should be fair for both sides to the agreement. But the truth is, that's almost never the case, is it? And if you want to become a skilled negotiator, you have to let go of the concept of what's fair and start focusing instead on outcomes. In this video, we're going to talk about why the best deals are never fair, why skilled negotiators never focus on whether both sides are getting a fair deal, and why, if you want to become a skilled negotiator, you have to start letting go of the concept of what's fair and instead focus on the outcome that the deal brings you. Let's get into the video. All right, the point that I want to start out with is that fairness is an illusion. Now, why do I say that? Well, it's because most legal contracts, most business deals, the terms are not written for consumers. See, most contracts are written to benefit the stronger party, not to create balance. See, big companies, multinational corporations, the people who have a lot at stake, they don't write agreements for fairness. They write agreements for advantage. They want to make sure that they always have the upper hand. The problem is that we live in a world where we expect fairness. From a young age, school and our home values taught us that when we enter an agreement, it should be fair. We should be treated fairly wherever we go. We should be always treated fairly when we enter into an agreement. And therefore, as consumers, we carry these values forward. See, we expect that every deal that we enter into, that's going to be fair to us. We're even taught that the criminal justice system is fair. Now, that's certainly a much hotter topic that I am definitely not going to touch in this video. But the truth is that most things that we agree to simply aren't fair. That's just not how the world works. In reality, business deals are tilted. How so? The side with more leverage uses that leverage to their advantage. Now, when I talk about leverage, what I really mean is maybe legal leverage. So maybe they have a team of lawyers that can review a contract and make sure that the terms only benefit the corporation. Or maybe it's some type of financial leverage. Maybe the company has a team of accountants to make sure that they pay the minimum amount of tax possible. Maybe this is even geopolitical leverage where a company will try to get an advantage over another company by directly appealing to the leaders of that country. Now, in the United States, this process is called lobbying. In other countries and other societies, it may be called something else. But the point is that most companies, most large multinational corporations use some combination of leverage to achieve their business goals. And that's just a simple truth. Now, when we talk about negotiation, we have to remember that fairness is really irrelevant. See, winners and losers enter the negotiation, but ask different questions. See, a loser will ask a question like, Is this deal fair for both parties? Are both sides getting a fair deal? But see, winners, they approach negotiations from a different angle. They're asking a different question. They ask, does this deal serve my interests? Does this deal advance my business objectives? To them, those are the only questions that really matter. See, winners don't settle for fair. They want leverage and they want results. They understand that business is not a charity, it's about results, not equality. The people who win in negotiations aren't the ones who are looking for fairness. They're the ones who understand leverage, they know exactly what they want, and they're willing to fight for it. So, what does all this mean when you sit down to the negotiating table? Well, remember, negotiation is not about equality, it's about alignment. Alignment with your objectives, with your interests, with what you want to achieve out of the negotiation. So stop worrying about whether the deal feels fair. Instead of fairness, focus on the outcome. Here's some questions you can ask yourself. Does this serve me? Does this deal serve my interest? Does it serve my goals? Do the terms of this agreement or the outcome of this negotiation move me closer to my business or personal objectives? Or alternatively, if I take this deal, is it going to set me back? Is it going to hold me back from achieving what it is that's really important to me? Remember, in a negotiation, there are always two parties, but those two parties always want different things. Now, sometimes overlap happens where both parties get what they want, but in most cases, that just doesn't happen. So, the other important thing to remember is that walking away from a negotiation is not a sign that you've lost, it's really a power move. See, walking away tells the other party that you're willing to protect your interests. You're not going to just cave in. And it's a smart move depending on how you approach it. One of the strongest moves you can make in a negotiation is to simply just say no thank you and walk away. Remember, walking away is not weakness, it's power. Now let's talk about the famous phrase win win. Win win, of course, is possible, but let's be honest, it's generally not the norm, is it? Business deals are not focused on making everyone equally satisfied. In most cases, they're focused on aligning both parties' interests just enough to get the deal signed. Most often, one side gets what they want and the other side settles for what they can get. And remember, it's okay. It's not personal, it's just business. So if you end up walking away and you think that the other side got more than you did, that's okay. Ultimately, it means that you got what you needed, and that's okay. Now, if you want to start negotiating like a pro, I go into a lot more detail in my book, The Negotiation Ninja. You can pick up a copy on Amazon today. The link will be in the description below. Remember, the best deals are not fair. They serve your interests and they have the outcome that moves your business or your goals forward. The sooner you learn that, the stronger of a negotiator you'll become. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.